Hello everyone, this is Uzma and welcome back to our economics class. Today's topic is from unit number 7, that is national income analysis. In the previous classes we have discussed topics from unit number 1, that is introduction to economics, unit number 3, that is demand analysis, and unit number 10, that is basic statistics for economics, and this is probably the fourth unit topic which we are going to discuss, that is national income analysis. So today's question or today's topic is explain various methods of calculating national income. The question is explain various methods of calculating national income. So what is national income? The amount of all final goods and services. The amount of all final goods and services produced in a country during a given period of time is called national income. In simple terms, how many goods and services are produced in a year in a country is national income. So how to measure the national income of various countries like India, there is China, Japan, America, then there are many countries which are having different national incomes. So how we need to calculate the national income of any country? How to know how many goods and services are being produced in India? How to know how many goods and services are being produced in South Africa? Okay, so in short, how shall we calculate the national income of a country? So there are three methods of calculating national income. How many methods are there for calculating national income? There are three methods. First method is known as output method, second is known as income method, and third is expenditure method. Output method, income method, expenditure method. Let us start with the first point, that is output method. So output method is also called as product method. Alright, product means multiplying. Product means multiplying. So in order to find the market value of all final goods and services of a country in a year, this is the definition of national income which I said. The value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a year, this is national income. But how to calculate national income with output method? This is the thing. The entire output, entire means all the output. So the entire output of final goods and services is multiplied. Multiplied means product, as I said you. Plus means addition. Minus means subtraction. Cross mark means multiplied, right? So multiplication with their market prices. Whatever the goods and services you are producing, that will be multiplied with the market prices. For example, you are producing a rice bags. So your rice bags is the output. Okay, rice bag is the goods and services which you are producing. So that will be multiplied with the price. For example, one rice bag is for 40 rupees. So how many rice bags you are producing at how much price? Then you will be getting the gross national product, GNP. What we are doing in output method? The entire output of what? Of all final goods and services is multiplied with their market prices in order to get the final gross national product. Okay, the entire output of goods and services is multiplied with their market prices to get the gross national product. What is the formula for calculating national income through output method? So NI is equals to P1Q1 plus P2Q2 plus so on PNQN plus net income from abroad. So this is the formula to calculate national income with output method. So what is the full form of P here? P means prices of goods and services. Q means quantity of goods and services. Then we are having here P1 Q1, P2 Q2, Pn Qn. So 1, 2 and so on n are nothing but various goods and services which are being produced. Alright. So P1 Q1 means price of first commodity is multiplied with quantity of first commodity. You can observe that between P1 and Q1 there is no sign. Whenever plus, subtraction, addition, subtraction or division sign is not there, we need to understand that multiplication is there in between those two terms. So P1 Q1, in between nothing is there means they are multiplied. Okay, P1 into Q1, price of first commodity multiplied with quantity of first commodity, plus sign is there. Then P2 Q2, prices of second commodity is multiplied with the quantity of second commodity, again plus, so on, prices of n commodities multiplied with the quantity of n commodities. Everywhere I am saying multiply. Multiply means what? Product. This is the reason why output method is also called as product method. These are the two names. There is also one more name for output method, that is value added method. Okay, output method is also known as product method. It is also known as value added method. Why we are saying value added method? Because when I read this formula P1 Q1, I said plus. Plus means added. I am adding the value of P1 Q1 to the value of P2 Q2. Then I am adding P2 Q2 value to so on some n commodities. So first of all, between price and commodities is product sign, so it is called as product method. Then when you are multiplying price and commodity of first thing and price of commodity of second thing, you are adding it. It is also called as value added method. So finally there are three names of output method, that is it is called as output method or product method or value added method. Then we need to note few things here while calculating the output method. You need to keep few things in mind. What are those? Value of raw materials and intermediary goods should not be included in national income. So any kind of raw material, like before we manufacture some products, we'll use the raw material, then we'll make the output, then you are going to finally sell the output. So whatever ingredients you are using, that are raw materials. For example, you are cooking some dish. So whatever the vegetables you are having, that are the raw materials in order to cook so and so dish. So we should not take any raw material. The second, we should not consider intermediary goods. We have also discussed this topic in first unit, types of goods. Intermediary goods are the goods which are not yet finished or still under the process of production. For example, we have discussed cement, bricks, etc. So in short, semi-finished goods or any intermediary good or any raw material should not be included in national income. Alright. Next, only final goods and services should be taken into account. We should not take any raw material, we should not take any intermediary goods, but we should only take final goods and services. This is all about output method. Let us discuss the formula once again. NI means national income. NI is equals to P1 Q1 plus P2 Q2 plus so on Pn Qn plus net income from abroad. Coming to the second method, income method. So income earned by all FOP. FOP means factors of production. So income earned by all the factors of production are added. Plus symbol means are added in order to get the national income of a country. We have discussed what are the factors of production. There are 4 factors of production, that is land, labor, capital, organization. So these 4 factors of production will receive income in the form of rent, wages, interest and profits. Land will get rent. Whenever you are living on land, you will get rent. Okay, labor will get wages. Capital will get interest. Whenever you take any loan, you will pay interest to that. Okay, so you are paying interest to capital, and organizations will be getting profits. So all the factors of production, land, labor, capital, organization, will get income in the form of rent, wages, interest, profits. Let us see the formula for calculating national income through income method. NI is equals to R plus W plus I plus P, where R is rent, W is wages, I is interest and P is profits. Note, again we need to keep a few things in mind before calculating national income with this method. What are those? Non-productive factor payments should not be included in national income. Non-productive, which are not included in production process, that kind of payments should not be included here. Then transfer payments also should not be included. Now let us know the meaning of transfer payments. For example, pensions or any subsidies given to farmers by the government. Okay, so these are called as transfer payments. So pensions, transfer payments, subsidies, these should not be included in national income. Then what should be included in national income? Undistributed profits must be included in national income. Undistributed profits means the profits which you have not distributed to someone. Okay, that you should include in national income. So second method is income method. All the factors of production which receive income in the form of rent, wages, interest, profit are considered in this second method. First method is output method, also known as product method. Second is income method. Finally, let us go to the third method, that is expenditure method. Expenditure means money is going. Income method means money is coming. Rent, if you are suppose you are having your own house, you are giving one portion for rent, then they will be paying monthly rent for that. That means money is coming. Second method, money is coming, so it is income method. Third method, the money is going, so it is expenditure method. So in this method, we add the personal consumption expenditure. In the first class, we have discussed the meaning of consumer and consumption. Consumer means you can say that it is a person. Consuming means eating, right? So connect the meaning there. Expenditure method can be calculated by adding the personal consumption expenditure of firms, household and government plus net exports. The meaning of firm is also disclosed in the previous class. I said that firm and industry is not same. Firm is a small part of that industry. For example, you have 10 floors building, so the 10 floors building is an industry. From that, each floor is a firm. Okay, from a industry, a small part is firm. Many firms together form one industry. For example, on these 10 floors, you have 2 portions on each floor. Okay, 2 portions on first floor, 2 portions on second floor, 2 portions on third floor and so on. So, these 2 portions are firms. The whole building is an industry. Here we are calculating personal consumption expenditure of firms as well as households, okay, the person who are running their families and also the government. Let us see what is the formula for expenditure method. National income is equals to EF plus EH plus EG plus net exports. Now let us see what is the meaning of this EF, EG and EH, where EF is equals to expenditure of firms, EH is equals to expenditure of household and EG is the expenditure of government. What we are doing? Expenditure of firms, expenditure of households, expenditure of government is added with what? Net exports in order to get the national income. So we have discussed 3 methods: output, income and expenditure. So various countries will use various methods to calculate the national income. But in general, let me give you a tip. What is the conclusion of this answer? Like, it is very difficult to calculate national income with this expenditure method. It is very difficult to calculate the national income with expenditure method. Why? Why? Because it is much difficult to get personal consumption expenditure. I cannot say the expenditure of my neighbor is this much on consumption. I cannot say my relatives consumption expenditure will be something this much. So it is very difficult to estimate the personal consumption expenditure. So it is very difficult to use expenditure method. So what are the two methods left? That is output method and income method. These are the two methods which are most frequently used by countries in order to calculate the national income. The topic is completed. What we have discussed today, various methods of calculating national income. There are three methods: output, income and expenditure. Hope the class was pretty clear, and see you in the next class with some new topics. Till that, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you.